Uganda is a fairly young population, and the bulk of our people are classified as children. Now, to smart, astute entrepreneurs, this is the space to focus. Our entrepreneur this week is actually looking at the opportunities that this segment brings.
We are in the business of children's shoes manufacturing. My role here is strategy and growth. I am supposed to be the vision bearer. I foresee the growth and direction of this organization. Now, our purpose is to really substitute plastic shoes with durable Ugandan leather school shoes that are eco-friendly, that are long-lasting. We started Rwanda because we saw that over time, the shoes we are putting on, 90% is imported, and 56% of those shoes are plastic shoes from Asian world. And so we found that even there are children who walk to school on foot in Uganda, largely because they can't afford very expensive imported shoes, or they are not willing to put on the plastic shoes. So we came up with this idea to make sure that every child that goes to school has a good pair of school shoes and is able to compete, is able to go to school every day. You know, I must tell you that some of these children who walk on foot have injuries, even get diseases. And as such, you reach in class, this child can't concentrate. When we started out in about 2016, 2017, we're a team of two, myself and a young guy. Over that time, we've seen stretch, and by the time COVID hit, we were about 24 employees. But then because of COVID, a few dropped out. But right now, as we talk, we have 30 full-time employees. And we are not talking about just jobs. We are talking about jobs where workers are empowered. We are talking about decent jobs where workers earn a good salary. We are talking about jobs where workers work in decent, clean environments, where workers are holistically trained in their personal and non-personal issues, financial management, family management issues, because we work as a family. So it's not just about creating jobs. What sets us apart is that we train our own manufacturing team. We have a customized training, and every person that joins us goes into a bit of an academy for 6 months and trains our exclusive production technologies, our exclusive product design. And so when they get out, the kind of product they produce, you'll not find it on the market. The biggest input for us is leather. Leather forms 50% of the shoes. And then also, because of demand, we've been sourcing our soles locally from local manufacturers. Right now, we've installed an equipment, as you could see in the background, that manufactures pure rubber soles. Now, the challenge is that we don't have rubber locally, so we import it from Italy. But that's just about 30% of a complete pair of shoes. We source our leather from Kaumu Tannery that was recently opened by the president. We also source leather from Leather Industries of Uganda. They have been supplying us over time, and also have a few other accessories that we pick from some traders in town. We focus on mass production so that the product ends up at the lowest price possible. Because we see that the biggest problem with the shoes market in Uganda is not necessarily the absence of the shoes. It is, one, the price of the shoes. Those which are very good are not affordable. So managing the cost of production along the chain is very, very important for us. So we do lean manufacturing in terms of resources. We make sure we encourage zero wastage, but also we try to maximize quality so that when we put the product to market and you compare with the price that we are tagging to it, you can't believe it that this shoe is made locally. when you look at it, when you look at the big picture of producing 2,000 pairs of shoes every day, we feel like we haven't achieved a lot. But I should just tell you that when we started out, we didn't know anyone. We didn't know anyone who even makes a sandal, but we just started because an idea and the timing was right. So we're making about 5-10 sandals every day. From that, we moved from 10 pairs of closed shoes, we moved from 10 to 20. Right now, we have ability, or we can produce 300 pairs with ease without staying overnight, without having sleepless nights.
In our Make Money segment today, we are sharing with you tips on how a startup can actually look for partners and build those relationships to help it mobilize funds for its operation.
The Global Entrepreneurship Network is essentially a liaison of different players in different parts of the world, different countries, who organize and come together to work in synchrony to grow entrepreneurship. And so the Global Entrepreneurship Network Uganda is liaising with the organizers, the overall organizers, our colleagues who are putting together the conference in South Africa in March, for us to be able to present some of the Ugandan entrepreneurs, emerging businesses, to be able to pitch, to compete for financing at that conference. The innovator has got to realize what value they are bringing on board. They've got to think about it in terms of what problem am I solving? And then the next question is, how am I solving it? If it is to grow into a real business, how that problem is being solved and offering the solution is what will make money. So anybody who wants to get from being an innovator, from being a starter, to being a successful entrepreneur has got to think about it in terms of how will this idea make money? And that's what pitching is about, that you can solve a problem, you know what the problem is, and then you can show how to solve it. That's where the innovation comes in and how it will make money.
In our innovation segment today, we're looking at that application that can help link the landlords with the tenants to help you manage your property if you're a property owner.
And Rent Better, our goal is to make sure that whether you're a landlord or tenant, you never miss a rent payment ever again. We make it easy for people to pay their rent and much easier for even the landlords to collect their rent in time always. So what we noticed was a problem is, of course, rent is a huge burden for most people. If you've ever rented, you know that it is a big struggle. And we realized that one of the biggest causes of that struggle is the way rent is collected, the way people want us to pay rent doesn't match with how the majority of the people earn their money. We are in an economy which is highly informal. We are in a gig economy. People are doing side businesses, side deals. So you find you're earning money daily. You find some money coming here, some money coming there. Putting it together for you to pay the landlord at the end of the month becomes a struggle. First of all, our saving culture is not that deep, not that great, but landlords need that lump sum at once. You cannot be there and say, landlord, today I have 50K, today I have 10K, and they accept. They will not agree with that. So that's where we decided to create Rent Better, a platform or an application which can allow you to be depositing or be paying your rent in those small micro installments. So let's say today you did something and you earned 10K. You can put that 3,000 towards your rent. Generally, a landlord will not accept that 3,000. But remember, if you put that 3,000 every day, or you put that 10,000 every day, or 20, or 50,000 every day towards your rent, at the end of the month, the burden is greatly reduced. Most people would say, what if I put that money to the bank account? And it's different, because if the money is on your bank account and tomorrow you have an emergency or you have a problem, you're going to go there and get that money. But with Rent Better now, you will not. That money is specifically for rent. That's the whole point. You are not going to touch that money, but only towards paying your landlord. So your landlord is going to receive a lump sum at the end of the month. As simple as that. So how it works basically is You download the Rent Better application. How it works is you download the Rent Better application. It's available on the App Store and the Google Play Store. You create an account, which is a very simple process, and then you create a schedule. And a schedule basically means how much you pay and when you're supposed to pay to the landlord. Then we break it down and show you how much you could be paying per day on your rent according to how much you've created. So let's say you've created your schedule is 300,000. That means every day if you paid 9,500 shillings, your rent will be cleared easily at the end of the month. So again, we even continue giving you simple notifications every day. Hi, today you've not put in your rent, something like that, to remind you so that you're actively involved in your rent per day. I mean, you sleep in that house per day or you work from that place per day. Why are you paying only once a month? You can do it daily and reduce your burden significantly. So when you look at Rent Better, you might think it's only for the tenants, but actually we have a side that helps landlords significantly. So for a landlord, of course, terms and conditions apply, but what we promise you is we can guarantee you rent. Your rent collected in the exact amount of money you expect every single month without fail. So what we do is we enter into an agreement with you and say, me, I want to receive my rent on the 30th. And every 30th of the month, we will give you the full amount of rent. So even if someone has not fully paid their rent, for us, we'll give you that money. Even if one of your units is vacant, we'll still give you that money. Definitely a few terms and conditions apply, but generally this is something that most landlords cannot collect 100% of their rent every month guaranteed. And as Rent Better, we give you that guarantee. So we started Rent Better. We released our first version of the app November this month. And so far we've had over 300 people downloading the application and 10 landlords already onboarded. And more people are coming in, much more people are coming in as we go. So 1 month has been very good and expecting more to keep growing as we go forward.
That's all we had for you in this week's edition of Money and Market. Thank you for being part of the show. I've been your host, Charles Boji. Now, for me and Tim, I'd like to wish you a very good evening and God bless.